We set the frame, Indiana fever in the paint, that's game.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Clarrkin Off Time, your daily WNBA briefing with no filter and no fluff. I'm your host, MaddyG, and today we have a loaded show. Caitlin Clark has something to say to all the critics. The Fever head to New York tonight for a massive Commissioner's Cup road game. Sabrina Ionescu may or may not play, and that changes everything. And the Dallas Wings dropped 104 points last night, and I need to talk about Paige Bueckers immediately. Let's get into it. After everything that happened this week, the blowout loss in Portland, the sidelined argument with Coach White, the media credential scandal, the national headlines, Caitlin Clark finally addressed it. And she said something that I think Fever Nation needed to hear. Clark said, and I quote, "There's always going to be conversation, and I totally respect that, but the sky is not falling." The sky is not falling. And that is a player who is locked in. That is a player who is not rattled by the noise. And after the way she and this team responded on Thursday night with that 83-71 Commissioner's Cup win over Atlanta, I believe her. Now, Clark did show up on the injury report heading into tonight's game at New York. She is dealing with a stomach bug on top of her ongoing back issue. But the good news for Fever Nation is that neither issue appears serious enough to limit her ability to play tonight. So that's good. She is expected to be on that floor at Barclays Center, and trust me, she has something to prove in New York. Fever Nation, tonight is a big one. Indiana Fever at New York Liberty, Commissioner's Cup, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time on CBS and Paramount Plus. This is a nationally televised road game, and the Fever are the underdogs going in. The computers give Indiana a 40.5% chance of winning tonight. The Liberty are favored at 59.5%, but here's something that nobody is talking enough about, and this is my edge today, so pay attention. 3 of the New York Liberty's 4 losses this season has come from at home. At Barclays Center, the team that everyone calls a powerhouse actually has a surprisingly bad home record. Now, they look different at home than they do on the road. And tonight, the Indiana Fever are walking right into that building. Now let's talk about the biggest question mark for tonight. Sabrina Ionescu. The Liberty star guard has played in just 1 game this entire season due to various injuries. Now, she missed Wednesday's win over Toronto, and her status for tonight remains uncertain. If Ionescu does not play tonight, this game changes dramatically. The Liberty are a completely different team without her. And if she does play, she comes in rusty with barely any game experience this season. Either way, this is an opportunity for Indiana. Who is confirmed for New York? Well, we have Breanna Stewart. She is averaging 18.8 points per game. She has led the Liberty in scoring 4 times this season, and she is in her 10th WNBA season. Stewart is experienced, she is dangerous, and she is going to be a massive challenge for Indiana's defense tonight. If the Fever can limit Stewart the way they limited Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard on Thursday, this team can win tonight. Here is my take heading into tonight's game. I actually like the Fever as underdogs tonight, and here is why. Coming in hot off an 83-71 win, playing loose, no pressure because nobody expects them to win. The Liberty have home court struggles, Ionescu is a question mark, and Caitlin Clark has something to prove every single time she steps foot in New York. This has upset written all over it. I am not saying it is guaranteed, but I'm saying do not sleep on the Indiana Fever tonight. They're a different team from the one that got blown out in Portland. They proved that on Thursday. And tonight they get a chance to prove it again on national television. All right, let's run through what happened around the league last night, Friday, June 5th. Chicago Sky beat the Connecticut Sun 85-80. Chicago was heavily favored and they delivered. The Sky improved 5-6. Connecticut drops 2-10. The Dallas Wings beat the Los Angeles Sparks 104-96, 104 points. The Wings are scoring at will right now, and I need to talk about this because Paige Bueckers and Azzi Fudd are putting the league on notice. We will get to that in the hot takes. And the Phoenix Mercury beat the Portland Fire 78-72. That is back-to-back wins for Phoenix after a brutal start to their season. The Mercury are getting hot at exactly the right time. Keep an eye on Phoenix. Nobody is talking about their mini winning streak right now. 104 points, and here is what makes it even more impressive. Paige Bueckers did not just score last night. She dished out 14 assists, a career high 14, and Arika Ogunbowale dropped 30 points, 30. Two players going off like that on the same night tells you everything you need to know about how dangerous this Dallas team is right now. Dallas scored 104 points last night against the Los Angeles Sparks, and the center of it all was Paige Bueckers, the rookie who the WNBA GMs ranked as player they would build a franchise around over Caitlin Clark. Now, I want to revisit the conversation because the numbers are starting to back it up. The Wings are 7-3. They are in third place in the Western Conference. Bueckers and Azzi Fudd, two rookies, are playing together like they have been teammates for years. Dallas is dangerous, and I think they're going to be a major story as the season goes on. Does this mean the GMs were right to pick Bueckers over Caitlin Clark? That debate is still very much alive. But what I will say is this: do not sleep on the Dallas Wings. They are for real. Here's everything happening in the WNBA today. Saturday, June 6th, Minnesota Lynx host Seattle Storm at noon Central. Minnesota is an 89% favorite. Another Lynx win is likely incoming. They are now 8-2, and they are not slowing down. Las Vegas Aces host Golden State Valkyries at 2 p.m. Central. Aces are favorite at 57.3%. Atlanta Dream host Washington Mystics at 5 p.m. Central. Dream are heavy favorites at 81.7%. And the big one, New York Liberty versus Indiana Fever, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern on CBS and Paramount Plus. That is the game Fever Nation needs to be watching tonight. Fever Nation, tonight is about more than basketball. Tonight is about proving that Thursday's win was not a fluke. Tonight is about showing the entire country on CBS, on national television, that this Indiana Fever team is back and they are for real. Caitlin Clark says the sky is not falling. Kelsey Mitchell just joined the 5,000-point club. Aaliyah Boston is playing the best basketball of her career. And Stephanie White has this team believing again. Can they go into New York and get that win? I'm going to be watching every single second tonight, and on Monday morning, I will be right here with the full breakdown. If you have not subscribed yet, hit that button right now, hit that bell, and drop a comment. Do you think the Fever win in New York tonight? Let me know. Until Monday, this has been Clarrkin Off Time. Stay spicy.